This piece is about relationships and communication within a relationship. I came into the studio initially with ideas about trying to find the right words to say to one another and an inability to necessarily be able to properly do that in little everyday moments.
It had a lot to do with trying to say something but not finding the right words. And I think through this coronavirus situation, we suddenly had another layer of trying to touch but not being able to touch, trying to be close but doesn't know how to be close. And so the piece in a way was always about this, it just had another layer now.
Being able to continue working, I think is something very positive for Teddy and I. Because somehow we miss it and we want to do something.
We had been working on this project earlier in the season, but then when everything shut down for COVID-19, our premiere was canceled and most of our projects were put on hold. By some social distancing miracle, the two dancers are isolating together. So incredibly, my duet has been able to continue having life during these times.
Sometimes it's, if it would be with some other colleague, I would say, okay, we try this way. But with Eddie, I'm like, no, this is not like this. So I don't have so much patience. So it's also something that I have to learn to work with.
Something different when you have to do a pas de deux with someone you care a lot. And that it's the first time that Joana and I work together like this, I would say.
They're exceptional not only in their skill and their technique, but also in their generosity and their intelligence.
We know each other so good that we can kind of find our way as we do in our relationship or at home. And I think the piece is also about this relationship and communication.
Throughout this process, I've been discovering how to trust my own instincts and also how to be able to communicate those instincts to the other artists in the room. I think a beautiful thing about creating dance is that it's really conversational.
Every time we reopen the book, something new happens and we see things in a different way.
Robert sees choreography and movement in a way that it's not so common, I would say, because he gives much more importance to detail, the intention behind the movement. I don't know, I find it very special, and is also another side of dance that maybe we don't see so often.
The most exciting times during this creative process are these tiny moments where I see the dancers showing me a combination of the feeling inside that I had about this moment, as well as investing so much of their own artistry into that moment.
It's also a new way of trying to listen to each other, especially because dance is communication through movements.
We've discovered how really relevant what we were already exploring was, and we've leaned into that even more, which I think is giving the piece a really interesting layer.
We really want to do this and to make this a good piece, because we believe in it from different sides, as a choreographer, as dancers, and we really want to make this big for us and for everyone and for the evening.
I never knew that I needed human interaction so much, because I like to be by myself, but you really miss it, and to have your partner with you who you can work with as well. It's very nice like this, at least you can, even if it's limited, we can continue to work together.
It's made it an even more rewarding experience, oddly, because of those challenges.